I'm Captain Chaos, and this is an overview of our new Android application, Star Wars: The Old Republic FieldGuide. The FieldGuide is an Android application for use with the Star Wars: The Old Republic online MMO. It's really designed for use to give you the information you need while you are playing the game. We've also gone through and combed through a lot of the information on the web and provided links throughout the application to some of the best pages in case you want to go even deeper than the field guide goes. It's designed for Android devices using version 2.2 of the operating system or higher, and it works on phones or tablets or both. Now I'd like to give you a quick demonstration of the application so you can see everything that it does. Here I'm showing the application on a Motorola Droid. Three main categories for the application are operations, flashpoints, and companions. In operations, you get travel tips, information on boss fights, loot, and even puzzle solutions where appropriate. So here I've zoomed in on the Eternity Vault operation. We give you travel directions also. So it's not as big a deal with operations because there's only 3 operations in the game at the moment, but it's good to know if you've never been there before how to get to the particular operation entry point. We also list the individual bosses, and if you click on the bosses you'll see the loot and any boss fight information that comes up along with it. So there's an overview of the fight, and then we break each fight down by phase. Down here you can see what I mentioned before, the best of the web. We found some really good articles and YouTube videos, and we put links into them directly so you don't have to search the web to find the information you need. One of the other things I'd like to point out, in some instances or some fights, they're actually puzzle fights, and you may need a puzzle solver to do it. The Ancient Pylon puzzle is certainly a fine example of that. So here not only do we have the overview and a description of the fight, but also provide you with a puzzle solver too. And to do the puzzle solver, you simply click on each one of these. You notice the left and right are always in sync with each other to match what the puzzle edges look like. And then you do the same thing on the center to match what the center looks like. And if you look down at the bottom, it will tell you what the solution is. We also have a section for flashpoints. If you click on flashpoints, you'll see all of the flashpoints in the game listed. Here I'll do Black Talon to show you an example of the content. Again, we include travel tips that tell you how to get there, whether you are Imperial or Republic. For Black Talon, of course, Republic players cannot go to that particular flashpoint, so we just tell you directly that it's not available. For Imperials, it tells you usually from the Imperial fleet how to get to wherever the destination is. You get an overview of the fight, some information on the group and the levels that are appropriate, and then also you get information on the boss fights, any loot that may be involved, and puzzle solutions. And finally we have a section on companions. We provide important info for each companion, and the companions are organized by your base class. So if I click on Imperial Agent, because Captain Chaos is an Imperial Agent, I can take a look at Kaleo, and I can see her core information here. Her important information, which are going to be her primary stats, the type of armor that she wears, and the type of weapons that she uses. I can also see crew skills and additional information. In addition to this, I can of course see the gifts, each different type of gift, and then the impact on Kaleo, whether she's indifferent to it, likes it, loves it, or if it's a favorite for her. In instances where you see a slash, the first rating is for her in a non-romantic scenario, and the second is if you are in a romantic involvement or doing the romantic storyline with that particular character. Now that's not the only way to get affection in the game, of course. So for each class we also provide a list for daily mission affection. And if you click on this button, it'll bring up information about the daily missions that provide affection for your characters. So it's not every daily mission. For example, the new ones on Corellia in Black Hole do not provide affection from your companions. But for those that do, like in Belsavis and on Ilum, you'll see that there's the name of the quest or the name of the mission, the name of the mission giver, and then you'll see for each one of your companions what the total affection gain will be, and then you see the series of answers to each one of the questions in order to get that level of affection. Now if I scroll down just a little bit here, we'll take a look at a more interesting one. This is Reluctant Volunteers from Darth Sinar in the Belsavis Signal Monitoring Station. You'll notice the notation is just a little different here. It says 3,2/2. Well, that's because this particular mission really has two parts with questions. There's the first part of the mission where you're receiving the mission, and it has two questions that you'll need to answer. But then when you come back and turn in the mission, there's also another question, and that question may well have additional affection impact for you. So we mark those numbers too. Basically just walk it through, and the numbers will treat you right every single time. That's really the fundamental function of the application. You can download it from Google Play directly onto your Android device. It is free. There is no need to pay for any of it. It's all paid for by the ads that you get on the phone. Now, like many of these applications, or many of these games, especially like Star Wars The Old Republic, there is so much information to it that's always changing. And there's actually going to be some information in this beta version that we're bringing out now that's going to be missing. A lot of the Republic data is not there yet. We're working on that, and you'll get updates very frequently as we add new data. If you want to be able to contribute data and help us make this a better application, go to www.captchaos.org, sign up on the forums, and there'll be a section there for Friends of Chaos. Friends of Chaos are players that are contributing good information to the application so that we can keep it up to date for everybody. And that's it. Thank you very much for your time. Please download the application and take a look at it. I think you'll be very pleased.